Even though there are millions of Americans trying to get in shape to look better, there are just as many that want to get in shape so they can move better. And with us this morning to go over some great mobility drills for senior citizens is our fitness expert, Wes Cole. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a great topic. A lot of people need help in this area.
Sure, absolutely. Everybody's really kind of into the cosmetic aspects of it, but I had the opportunity to talk to one of the best corrective exercise specialists in the country, and he had 3 exercises that every senior citizen or soon-to-be senior citizen needs to be doing.
Okay, and the first one is called the teapot drill.
Called the teapot drill. It's real interesting. Beth's going to come out here and demonstrate. What you're going to do is you're going to keep your upper body totally in line with your leg. It's just very, very simple. Okay. Eventually, you can get to where you're doing this without the chair, but it does take a little bit of balance. But there's a couple of reasons why the good doctor probably picked this exercise. It really works the muscles on the back of the leg, the real posterior part. You also find that your leg is kind of shaking if you do this exercise. It really conditions the stabilizers. And I tell people all the time that single leg movements are very important because as we get older, balance becomes a real major issue. Oftentimes, a lot of senior citizens, a lot of injuries occurred because they fall. And I always tell people, thank you, Beth, life occurs really on one leg. If you think about it, when you're walking, when you're running, when you're going up flights of stairs, you're on one leg at a time. So having the skill to be able to stand on one leg and maintain good balance it's very, very important. It's not just for athletics.
Okay, and the next exercise for mobility for senior citizens is the chair squat.
I do this drill a lot when I'm dealing with a lot of senior citizens, and a lot of people out there that are real fit right now, they think, well, that's kind of an easy drill, but it can become an issue if you don't stay on top of it. Beth, come on out here. Basically what happens over time, if someone has kind of weak legs, they sit down and then they start using their arms to push up kind of as leverage to get up. After you do this maybe 7 to 10 years, you're fine, but when you start losing your upper body strength too, you get to where you're just stuck. What people need to start doing is focusing at least 2 or 3 times a week and just coming straight up and back down. And when you sit all the way down, it forces your glutes and your hips to fire, and this really keeps all your leg muscles in really good condition. 3 or 4 sets to 12 to 15 reps. This simple exercise can become a big deal as we get older. And if you just stick to it, being able to sit down and get back up, it seems simple right now, but it can get harder as we get older.
Exactly.
So stick with it.
And the third exercise is called the bird dog.
Well, dealing with a lot of older people when it comes to back injuries, oftentimes I can't condition and rehabilitate their back with the weights. Dr. Stuart McGill he's a professor of back biomechanics in Canada, and he has a great exercise that he believes is one of the best because it's also one of the safest. Beth coming out here, she loves demonstrating this exercise. It's called the bird dog. But this great exercise right here works all the muscles along the spine. See how she's just lifting her right arm and her left leg. And like I said, it's very safe. You can do it in a high rep format. And according to Dr. McGill, it's not back strength that maintains back health. It's back endurance. So like I said, build up to where you can go 30 or 40 reps. It's one of those exercises where it's really, really hard to overdo it.
And again, we're not talking about really getting in shape. We're talking about this is for senior citizens, for mobility. And just
it really is. It's about mobility and just kind of sticking to it. And I guarantee if you do this 3 or 4 times a week, you'll be able to, over the years, you'll be able to move and walk. A lot of stuff that we take advantage of right now.
Exactly. Okay, time to answer some questions from our viewers. This first question comes from David. I hate leg exercises but love to run. Will long-distance running build muscle?
There was actually a study done years ago with the big fitness chain. It's most people either do a lot of cardio or weights. Very rarely do we have people do both. The bad thing about long-distance running is it really stimulates the type 1 fibers, the endurance fibers. They do have growth potential for muscle building, but they're usually a little bit smaller. If you want to build muscle and really tone up the legs, just running, I recommend getting some hills in a couple times a week or doing some sprints. That 100% exertion will tap into those type 2 fibers and really kind of round out your whole fitness program because, like I said, sprinting can build muscle too. All we have to do is look on the Olympics to see that. The sprinters are in real good shape. But include some sprints and maybe some hill run. I guarantee it'll work.
Run those stairs. We all hate it, but we have to do it, right? Okay, the next question comes from Kate. What exercises can I do if I've recently hurt my foot?
Well, oftentimes, I always call it the floating injury. I always said if I only worked out when I felt 100%, I would never work out. This seems to you go into a gym, there's always kind of a sore shoulder, a sore knee. You have to kind of learn to move around it. If your leg is hurting, if your foot is hurting, sit down and just really it's time to maybe focus on your upper body, focus on some of your weak points. And by the time your leg gets better, your foot gets better, you'll be able to kind of play catch up with your legs. But don't have that idea where you have to be 100% to go into the gym because
no excuses.
You'll never be 100%.
That's right. Thank you, Wes. If you have a question that you would like Wes to answer, just go to the health section of our website, kjrh.com, click on the habitual health link, or you can give Wes a call, 749-0960, or visit his gym on 46th, just east of Sheridan.